You've been lying to yourself. You say you'll start tomorrow. You say you need the perfect moment. You say you're waiting to feel ready, but deep down, you know the truth. You've been procrastinating, and it's not harmless anymore. It's stealing your time. It's killing your potential. It's robbing you of the life you know you could be living. Procrastination doesn't just waste hours. It erodes self-trust. It makes you doubt yourself. It fills your days with guilt and regret instead of progress and purpose. You can stop watching your life slip by and start showing up like the person you were born to be. And if you don't stop it, it will keep growing until it quietly destroys everything you care about. But you can kill it. You can break free. It starts with facing what's really going on. Procrastination isn't just about laziness or bad habits. It's a coping mechanism, a response to fear, overwhelm, or self-doubt. You convince yourself that a little break will help you get back on track. Because you're not just avoiding the task, you're avoiding the emotion behind it. You avoid the work not because you're incapable, but because deep down you fear what that work represents. Maybe you're scared of failing. Maybe you're scared of succeeding and what it might change. You need to build systems that make action easier than avoidance. Maybe you're overwhelmed and don't know where to begin, so you distract yourself. You scroll, you clean. You open YouTube, but it never does. The first step to killing procrastination is recognizing that it's emotional, not logical. You can't outthink it with willpower alone. Start by changing your environment. Your environment always wins. But if you shift your mindset to just starting for 5 minutes, everything changes. If your phone is beside you, you will check it. And once you start, you'll often keep going. But even if you don't, you win, because you showed up. If your workspace is chaotic, your mind will be too. Make it harder to procrastinate. Put your phone in another room. Close the apps. Clear your space. Prepare it so that focus becomes frictionless. Next, stop trying to do the entire mountain in one push. One of the biggest triggers of procrastination is overwhelm. You look at the size of the task and your brain panics, so you delay. You tell yourself it's too much, but that only grows the pressure. Instead of looking at the entire project, focus on the next step. Just one small step. Write the first sentence. Open the document. Outline the task. One step leads to the next. Progress creates momentum. Momentum kills resistance. Another powerful way to kill procrastination is to commit to starting, not finishing. A startup routine that triggers your brain into work mode. Maybe it's making a cup of coffee, putting on headphones, or sitting at the same spot. You tell yourself you need to complete it all, and that pressure keeps you stuck. 5 minutes is manageable. It doesn't trigger fear. Action, not outcome, builds confidence. And confidence reduces the emotional weight that fuels procrastination. You also need to stop relying on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It cannot be your foundation. Discipline is what carries you forward when motivation disappears. That you are someone who does what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. And discipline comes from decisions. Make the decision once. Remove the option to negotiate with yourself. If you work at 8 a.m., that's what happens. No debate, no delay. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to do it. Create a ritual. These cues create consistency, and consistency kills friction. If you really want to go deeper, examine your identity. You will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. If you believe you're someone who always procrastinates, you will continue to do so, because that identity is familiar, comfortable, predictable. But the moment you start telling yourself a new story, your behavior begins to shift. Tell yourself you are disciplined, that you show up. This isn't fake. It's future you speaking into the present. Your brain listens to the language you use, so speak to yourself with intention. Another trap that feeds procrastination is perfectionism. You wait to start because you want it to be perfect. You tweak endlessly. You hesitate because it's not quite right. But perfection is a disguise for fear. It's a stall tactic. The truth is, nothing great begins perfect. It gets better through iteration, not hesitation. Let your first draft be messy. Let your first effort be imperfect. Done is better than perfect. Progress beats paralysis. And if you're scared of failure, redefine it. Failure isn't a verdict, it's a step. Every successful person has failed more times than most people have even tried. You cannot grow without feedback. You cannot improve without effort. Let failure become your feedback, not your identity. Allocate specific hours for specific tasks. Treat them like unmissable appointments. Time management matters too. Not just how you plan your time, but how you protect it. Use time blocking. Protect your deep work time like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Your future is built in the hours you spend working while others are distracted. Another helpful strategy is to track your progress. When you see results, even small ones, your brain stays engaged. Momentum builds. You feel capable. Keep a simple log. What did you accomplish today? What was your main win? What needs improvement tomorrow? Reflection creates clarity. Clarity feeds action. Action crushes procrastination. Also, pay attention to your energy. Not all hours are equal. You have windows where your brain is sharper and more alert. Don't sacrifice that time to email or busy work. If you never rest, your brain will resist work because it's protecting you. Use those hours for your most important work. Don't waste your best energy on things that don't move the needle. If you're most focused in the morning, schedule your biggest tasks then. It shows up when you ask it to. Use your power hours wisely. That's when your mind is most ready to fight back against procrastination. And don't forget the importance of recovery. External pressure can be helpful when internal discipline is still growing. Procrastination thrives in burnout. Burnout doesn't always look like exhaustion. Sometimes it looks like scrolling, like zoning out, like avoiding everything. And when you trust yourself, procrastination has no place to grow. So take breaks. Move your body, sleep. Your focus depends on it. When your brain is rested, it performs better. It handles pressure with more resilience. Lastly, surround yourself with accountability. You're more likely to follow through when someone else knows your goals. Share your commitments with someone you trust. Set deadlines. Use tools that track progress. But even more powerful is internal accountability. Learn to respect your own word. When you say you'll do something, do it. Not for anyone else. For you. Because when you keep promises to yourself, you build trust. Ready to stop waiting for permission. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines. You stop stalling and start moving. You stop hiding and start building. You don't need another perfect plan. You don't need another productivity hack. You need to take action now. Because procrastination feeds on delay. It thrives in indecision. It grows stronger with every moment you hesitate. But the moment you act, even a little, it loses power. One small action can change your entire day. One focused hour can reset your week. One decision can rebuild your future. You have everything you need. You are capable. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply ready. Ready to stop letting fear dictate your days. Procrastination has held you back long enough. Now it's time to reclaim your time, your focus, and your life. Not tomorrow, not later. Now start with what's in front of you. Take the first step, then take the next. Because every second you hesitate is a second you could be building something extraordinary. Kill procrastination before it kills your momentum, your confidence, your purpose. You were not made to stall. You were made to move. Now go.